Hi all, welcome to John's Bottle Making. Today we're carrying on with the Lancaster Bomber issues 94 and 95. We have the rear tail wheel to put in place in issue 95. I'm looking forward to that. This is what we have after issue 92. That is that support frame for the engine mounts, which go on here, which obviously come out. If you had a look at the last video, 92 and 93, you will see that I put the engine in place. I kept that at real time. I didn't speed it up, we just held it there with the engine mounts just to show what it would look like. There is additional wiring needed for that when we do put it into place, but obviously I've taken it off because it's too heavy. Still got more skin sections to add on to this wing, as well as the wingtip, as you already know. But that on the wing frame we do again in issue 97 for the other wing, and we also have it for the central spar. There's two for the central spar, and that's issue 102. But 94 95, we need to have a look at the instructions, see what they fully entail. Okay, on issue 94, the hydraulic pump is installed, air bottles and piping are fitted into the wing, and a further handrail is added to the fuselage. And two aluminium inboard wing panels are rivet mounted and fixed into place. Excellent. Panels will go on top here, here and here. Well, it might be the other side. We've got one set of panels already in place there, which I do need to paint. Oh, that's looking excellent. And in issue 95, the inboard aluminium fuselage panels are rivet mounted, painted and fitted. Then the tail wheel support frame is assembled and painted, and the tail wheel is fitted into place on the rear fuselage section. That will go here. Need to cut that out. And that is where the wheel will go. That is looking superb. There's that door from previous issue. That is looking brilliant. Lots of lovely detail in that section. Excellent stuff. Yep, that is what we're left with. So without further ado, let's get on with the build. These 3 air bottles were an absolute nightmare. The little rack that they're sat on, I've basically fired it down to nothing, and I've also had to file the top of the tanks just to get them to fit in between the outboard wing and the central spar. They just need a bit of cockpit green on them. You're not going to really see them except for the top zone because they actually fit here. So to get them to fit in there and then put the wing on top, I had to really file them down. I think I need a new filing set. But anyway, there we go. Well, there we go, folks. That is issues 94, 95 completed. We've got the two panels here, both been primed and painted and rivet marked. As you can see, they need a bit of a clean up on the silver side, but they'll be fine. And here we have the hydraulic pump inside there at the bottom on that little panel table. There's the oil tank and the handrail, and there's a valve in there as well. As all very awkward. And there's some wiring, and there's a coupling for the wiring as well. Excellent. And here is, there we go, the 3 air bottles. They were very, very difficult. They're a bit flat on top now, they're not as cylindrical as they should be, because I've got to get the outboard wing on here, and they were just in the way. So even the rack that they're on is down to next to nothing, but they're in place. The glued, and the outboard wing fits, so that's all that matters. And I did do a bit of painting on the inner here, and there you can see got some paneling in place. There we go, on both sides now. Excellent. Doesn't matter about the paint on here, because that obviously is going to get all the parts attached to it. And here we have the rear part of the fuselage, that tail wheel in place. Now there's a little piece just here, it's metal. That was extremely difficult to get in place, and to glue it in, it must have took me I don't know how many attempts. But the wheel, it does move along. There we go. And it is straight. It does turn, obviously, but it does go all the way around. That's excellent. Brilliant. Really chuffed about that. Was a little bit difficult. You can see a little bit of gap in here, but that's that wood, not that wood, this wood here. I did think about filling it with yeah, with some wood filler, but changed my mind in the end. It is super glued in place, very much so, but that is looking absolutely brilliant. Really chuffed with that. Fantastic stuff. There we go, excellent. Well, there we go, folks. That is issues 94, 95. I hope you enjoyed that. 96 has already been completed, as has issue 100. So the next one is issue 97. I think that's another engine mount. 98 and 99, I can't remember what they are. But anyway, there we go. There's that rear tail wheel working perfectly. Get that, brilliant. That little piece that goes inside, it is super glued to the cross member now. That was quite difficult. Must have took me quite a few attempts. You didn't see that because obviously it kept falling out. What's the point showing you that? There's a couple of panels. They line up perfectly from top of the central spar. They need cleaning up on this side, to be honest. Well, that's no problem. And the hydraulic pump, the oil tank, the valve, and the handrail, that was fiddly. The wiring, I had to fish through the ribs, the holes in the ribs, just to get it in place. It was a bit difficult at times. And there are the air bottles with that landing gear. The rack that they sit on, in the instructions it did say to file it down to 0.5 of a millimetre. 0.5 of a millimetre. There's hardly anything of it left. Just forget the outboard wing on, because obviously the outboard wing comes here, and they did press onto it, so I ended up flattening them as well. Just couldn't get any more of it. But there we go. I have done a little bit of painting there here on these strips. I did wonder how we're going to get down to doing them, because I have done the lids. There's one of the lids. I did buy some acrylic matte black Revell. There we go, and it's gone on superb. So we know what is going to, the plane is going to look like underneath. Excellent. Yep, that's about it for this for these two. So if you did like that, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you soon. I'm not sure exactly how long off it's going to be. Issue 97 is another engine mount, but I'm going to be taking a little bit longer doing this because there's a lot of panelling coming up and I want to make sure the rivets are absolutely bob on. So anyway, thanks again, stay safe, bye for now.